For 6 years, there was no news about Ruja Ignatova. And at the beginning of this year, global media outlets started publishing headlines one after another. The most wanted woman in the world found. Missing crypto queen Ruja Ignatova found alive after disappearing 5 years ago. But what actually triggered these explosive statements? It all started with the announcement of the sale of a penthouse in the upscale London suburb of Kensington. The company handling the deal was asking for $15.5 million for it. However, according to British laws, a sale cannot be made through a front person, and only the property owner can complete the transaction. And who happens to be the owner of this luxurious house? That's right, Ruja Ignatova. The seller of prestigious real estate, Knight Frank, advertised the penthouse but quickly removed the listing when it was discovered that Ignatova had a direct connection to the property. The fact that the penthouse wasn't transferred to another owner suggests to lawyers that Ruja Ignatova is most likely alive and evading the FBI. This could be a significant breakthrough in the OneCoin case. After all, the founder of the pyramid scheme is among the FBI's top 10 most wanted criminals. On October 25, 2017, at Sofia Airport, Ruja boarded a Ryanair flight to Athens and vanished from the face of the earth. People's opinions about her disappearance immediately divided into two camps. Some are convinced that she underwent a series of plastic surgeries and has been living under false documents since 2017, managing the $4 billion she stole from unsuspecting crypto enthusiasts. Others speculated that Ignatova was murdered. But which of these versions is true? Now look what happens. A few days before the trip, Ruja had a phone argument with her brother, Konstantin Ignatov. But why? So Ruja bought 2 plane tickets for the same time, one to Vienna and the other to Athens. Konstantin said that it confused him, but for some unknown reason Ruja went mad and didn't explain the reasons why neither of them needed to be returned to the airline. At the same time, German prosecutors had opened a fraud case against Ruja. Also, there are reports that a Bulgarian policeman who attended a meeting at Europol had already warned the Miss Ignatova about the impending arrest. Ruja flew to Athens with 2 bodyguards who returned to Sofia on the same evening. They stated that they accompanied Ruja to a meeting with a group of people with whom Ignatova intended to vacation in Greece. The bodyguards didn't know them and could only recall that the strangers were speaking in Russian. Ruja's brother Konstantin recalled that shortly before her disappearance, Ruja had met an influential and wealthy Russian individual, but she never mentioned his name. And so, we come to the first theory. If Ruja Ignatova is alive, she might be hiding in Russia. However, it's not the only country where the infamous fraudster could be located. Immediately after Ruja Ignatova's disappearance, her brother Konstantin traveled to Dubai. He posted photos from there on his Instagram, tagging the location as Bulgaria. But if Konstantin and Ruja had nothing to hide, why would they confuse the trail by using a false location on the map? In the months leading up to her disappearance, Ignatova was indeed seen multiple times in Dubai, in a luxury shopping center, a restaurant, and on a private yacht. Sources from the Daily Mail claim that Ignatova had a residence there. BBC investigative journalists located the spot where Konstantin was photographed using Google Maps and Google Images. Photo analysis revealed that it was taken in the backyard of a house in the coastal area of Jumeirah Lake Towers in Dubai. As further confirmation that Ruja could be hiding in Dubai, the FBI later discovered a document signed by Ignatova in Konstantin's laptop, dated around the same time as the photograph was taken, a few weeks after she was declared missing. In 2015, Ruja obtained a license for banking operations in the UAE for $16 million. Later, Ignatova sold or pledged her Dubai property worth about $1 billion to Sheikh Saud bin Faisal Al Qasimi for 230,000 BTC, worth $50 million at the time and now over $10 billion. According to the lawyers handling cases of those affected by Ignatova's activities, Dubai had all the necessary information for her arrest as early as 2015. However, no arrest was made and the case was quietly closed in June 2020. As for the crypto queen's whereabouts, she might be in the UAE, possibly in one of the Emirates controlled by the Al Qasimi royal family. The UAE does not have an extradition treaty with the United States, and she's undoubtedly well protected. Journalists wanted to travel to Dubai to conduct an investigation and locate Ruja, but they were hinted that the country ranks 131st in the world for press freedom, and their trip could be too dangerous. Therefore, Ruja could be hiding in her mansion there. And this version seemed quite plausible until Bulgaria was shaken by the brutal murder of former chief of the criminal police, Lubomir Ivanov. In the safe of the victim, documents were found indicating that Ruja Ignatova was murdered in November 2018 on a yacht in the Ionian Sea, then dismembered and thrown into the water. The instigator of her murder was Christoforos Amanatidis Taki, a Bulgarian drug baron who organized drug and contraband shipments from Africa and is currently in hiding in Dubai. It seems that the story has come to a definite end, but as the dramatic criminal events of this year have shown, it's actually just beginning. On June 5, 2023, in Cape Town, Krasimir Kamenov Kuro was shot dead. Earlier this year, he had been charged in connection with the murder of police officer Lubomir Ivanov, in whose safe the documents about the conspiracy to murder Ignatova were found. Kuro had also been a longtime associate of the drug baron Taki, who, as we already know, is suspected of being the mastermind behind Ignatova's murder. However, their relationship had soured significantly in recent years. The Bulgarian Bureau of Investigation and Data concluded that Kamenov was a source and intended to provide additional information about Ruja Ignatova, as well as drug baron Christoforos Amanatidis and their activities to US investigators. And just 4 days after the murder in Cape Town, it became known about the disappearance of former Luxembourg intelligence officer and closest advisor to Ruja Ignatova, 53-year-old Frank Schneider. He was facing over 40 years in prison for fraud and money laundering in the OneCoin pyramid scheme. Schneider had been under house arrest since 2021, had met with journalists and cooperated with the investigation. However, in June, he managed to vanish from his home in a French village, despite wearing a digital bracelet. A new twist even more thrilling than in James Bond. The former head of the English company associated with Ignatova, Duncan Arthur, who is under a witness protection program, refutes the version of her death. He claims that Ruja's brother Konstantin maintained regular and direct telephone contact with her until March 2019, long after her presumed murder. Duncan informed the investigation that just before his arrest in America, Konstantin handed him his laptop with urgent and specific instructions to deliver it immediately to Bulgaria, to their mother, Veska Ignatova. What was in the laptop is unknown, but today it is in Veska Ignatova's possession. She has been dubbed the Queen Mother and continues her daughter's business from Dubai. Ignatova still firmly controls OneCoin and its assets as it resurfaces as an alternative currency on the Polygon blockchain, while also collecting millions of dollars from victims both old and new. OneCoin not only continues to operate, but also instills fear in those investors who have decided to openly assert their rights and attempt to recover their stolen funds. On August 8th, the book The Devil's Coin by author Jennifer McAdam was released, and she herself had suffered from the actions of Ruja Ignatova. In her work, she exposed the scheme of this financial pyramid and shared her experience. However, even before the book's release, Jennifer began receiving threats of harm from unknown addresses. The police strongly recommended the writer to cancel all planned reader meetings and autograph sessions. Everywhere the name of Ruja Ignatova appears, frightening and tragic events begin to unfold. The question is whether Ruja herself is orchestrating them, still remaining in the shadows.